afternoon, everyone. Hey. Welcome back to our pop-up live. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here we educate, we empower, and we encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted. And we are in the process of not just correcting numbers. Oh, come on. We're not just correcting numbers, but we want you to begin having the same success that you're having in the rest of your lives when it comes to your health. We're looking to reclaim your vitality. We want to reclaim the space that you have given up sometimes to the health industry and reclaim your control over your life. We're not just talking about numbers and weight and blood pressure and blood sugars and cholesterol. We're talking about the connections that you're making in all of your lives, in all the places that are most important, and helping you to show up with your best self, your best health, and the best plans that you have for your life. Hey, welcome back to another week as we continue working on reversing our diabetes. We're working on improving our health. We're working on correcting our metabolism. And I get to walk with you as your guide, as your mentor, as a teacher, and as a fellow traveler as we continue improving our health. You know, if you've been following us for some time, you kind of know my story of being a diabetic and struggling for years. And then making a decision based on, I want to say this again, I want to say this because you've heard the story a little bit. I made a decision that I could not stay where I was. There was too much that I needed to do. There was too much in my life that was calling me to be around my son and my wife and my family. And I wanted to be around for them. But a lot of you have spoken into me, and there are a couple of people that you'll hear about as we continue talking, not today, we'll talk about them at other times. And you've heard some snippets of those stories who have inspired me, right? As the guy who was treating diabetes and treating metabolism, there are people that I encountered, patients and clients, who inspired me by their story and by their commitment to make changes in my own life so I could be around for my family. And so I want to walk along with you as we also try to do the same thing in your life, right? So that you can be around for all the things that you have been planning for, been working for, and some of the things that you don't even expect, right? So I had someone recently who came in, they were so excited because they had a new grandbaby, right? Saying my son has been married for years and we didn't think we're going to have a grandchild. And now we have a grandchild and I've got to get better. I've got to get healthy so that I can be around for my grandchild. Those are the stories. Those are the reasons why we do what we do. That's the reason why this space is here. Because if I can do it, then certainly you can do it. And I get the privilege of being with you as we walk through that space. Hey, if you're new, go ahead and put new in the comments because I'd love to welcome you with a hand clap and with some music and give you a quick shout out. Whatever platform you're on, wherever you are joining us from, whatever part of the country, whatever part of the world, we welcome you now to this space. And so you've caught me in another fast, right? So we do a fast once a week, and here I am in this week's fast, and I am right now at 24 hours into this fast as we head to our regular 72 hours, right? So I'm going 72 hours. If you joined us yesterday, and you are ending your fast right now, kudos to you. My hat's off to you. Congratulations on all that you're doing. That is a feat that you've achieved, and it is an indication of your desire to be healthy and doing whatever it takes. Right, doing whatever it takes to move in that space. Remember what Limitless Living says, that we're showing up with our best self, our best health, and our best plans. We're not going off to get better and then coming. We're showing up with what we got, right? Just where you are with everything that you have. We're showing up in this space and we are going to be successful. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and let's jump into our conversation. I want to go back, if you will, and talk about our theme. So our theme this week is alignment. Remember, we talk about rhythm, alignment, and structure. And the rhythm, of course, is your why. That's your purpose. And I just shared with you a little bit about me wanting to be around for my son and my wife and for my family. So that's my why. That's my why that drives the things I do. In fact, that why drives what I do in my practice, the reason I'm doing what I do. The why drives how I behave. The why drives my drive to provide for the family, to protect the family. That's my why. That's it right there. Those are the things. And so when I'm correcting my diabetes and when I'm improving my health and when I'm doing all the things you see me doing, the why is right there, right? So that's the rhythm of my life. The alignment is, are the choices I make, are they consistent with helping me achieve what it is that I say I want? So I want to be around for my son, which means that there are certain things I've got to do. And are the things, the choices I make, the behaviors I have, are they consistent in taking me down that path? Okay, so that's the alignment. And then, of course, structure. We'll talk more about structure as we continue in our show and on the channel. But structure is, did you put some things in place that takes the motivation out of it? So that when you wake up in the morning and you are not feeling like it, when you're not motivated, when things aren't going the way you thought they should go, are you still doing the things that you said that you're going to do? Right. So rhythm, alignment, and structure. And so we're going to go back and we're going to talk about alignment because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing this week. But there's a little spin, a little take that I want to have alignment or talk about when it comes to alignment. And it is that often the alignment or the behaviors that we have, we've not prepared ourselves for being successful when it comes to the alignment. I want you to think about that for a minute. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to throw up a slide here really quickly. And this is our heat model. Remember, habits, emotions, access, and taste. These are the triggers, the food triggers that push us off of our plan. It pushes us off of our desire to be successful. It pushes us off of you decided that you're going to exercise. You decide you're going to get good rest. You decided you're going to do a myriad of things, but because of these behaviors or because of these triggers, we get pushed off of that space. Now, what does that have to do with alignment? The connection with alignment is, one, do you understand what your triggers are? Come on. Do you understand what the things are that are potential hazards for you? Do you know how you respond to a certain situation, to a certain behavior? Do you know how you respond when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're mad? And alignment, here it is. Have you taken the steps that are required to mitigate, to halt, to circumvent, to get around when those situations happen? So it's not just a matter of understanding, but it is, have you taken the steps that are required for you to not be triggered and be pushed off, pulled off of your plan? Now, we talk often about the fact that you've got to set things up and you've got to make sure that the behavior that you're engaged in and the choices that you're making are consistent with your rhythm, right? With your why. Well, there are things that happen to us. There are situations that occur. There are thoughts, there are feelings that we have that are strong, and they have the ability to pull us, push us in directions that we never anticipated. And so your alignment now says that if I am going to be successful, I've got to now take the steps that are necessary so that those triggers are not as problematic for me. Come on. So if it's a habit that I've gotten into, I've got to figure out how to break the habit. I'm pausing because I want you to get this. Very important. If it is a habit that you've gotten into, how do I get out of the habit that continually pulls me off course? Because if I have not done that, I'm not being aligned. I'm not being consistent in the alignment. If it is an emotion, like I said, well, I just get upset. I just get angry. I just get whatever the emotion is. That's just how I am. Well, just how you are is pulling you all out of alignment. And if we're going to be aligned, then we've also got to figure out how to deal with that. If it's access, right? Things are just around me, and so I end up just eating just because the things are there. Alignment says I've got to clean my environment. Habits, emotions, access, and taste. And taste, I want to spend a couple minutes talking a little bit about taste, because the taste says, right? The taste is not just, okay, I like that thing, right? If you think about our society, when foods are created, the foods are designed not just for you to be able to eat one. When the manufacturer makes the food, they want you to be a repeat customer. And so they make it taste good, right? So then we talk about the bliss point, the perfect combination of sugar, salt, and fat. Okay, so that's what we want. And so what happens in that case is the food has such a power over us that we're like, man, I just love that food. Well, the question is, what is the food doing for you? What is it providing for you? And the food is providing something. You say, oh, and there's no, it's just I just like it. No, no. It is providing calm. It is providing insulation between you and that emotion that you don't want to feel. It is providing a safe space. It is providing a familiar space for you, right? Because the memory of how you felt when you were with that person, when you ate that thing. Maybe it's mama used to make this. This is what we did when we were growing up, right? All those things that's involved in taste. And if I'm going to be aligned, I've got to understand that, and I've got to begin addressing it in some way so that when it shows up, it doesn't pull me off of my plan. And people say to me, well, I fell off my plan because of, or I got off track because of. Well, alignment says, and the limitless living platform says, that I'm showing up with my best self, my best health, my best plans, but I'm not staying there, because I'm not allowing anything from inside me or anything from outside me to prevent me from doing what I need to do. Okay? So a little different spin on this concept of alignment, but if we're going to be aligned, then we have to make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do to be successful, so that we're not relying on our motivation, because motivation is fleeting. It'll come and it'll go. Motivation is great to get us started, but it's not the thing that will take us to our destination. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead. I think I see some of our, let's go back in here. No, I was going to say, I think I see, let me come on this one. There we go. I see a community member. So Cornelia, what's up, Cornelia? Cornelia says, hello. Hey, thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I'll have to come over and get rid of that. Thank you for being here. So once again, so are we aligned, and are we taking steps so that the things that would normally push us, pull us, take us off track are no longer as powerful in our environment, in our ecosystem, as it were. So we want to make sure that you do that, and that is important in this space, because we are now into our second day of fasting. So we've just passed the 24-hour mark. Yay! For those of you who ended the fast today at 24 hours, kudos, kudos, kudos to you. And those of you who are now getting ready to start, as we get into the second leg, come on, let's do it together, right? You can do this. There is so much power in your just now making a decision that this is what you're going to do, right? Making the choice is step number one. And now we go into the process of getting through here so we can be successful. We look forward to continuing to work with you. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we'll have our check-in at 33 hours. Come on and join us as we have our further discussion. And I look forward to seeing you as we move through the rest of the week. And we look forward to seeing you as we walk this journey together, this journey of long, healthy life. Okay? You don't need superhuman power. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you need is a plan you can trust, something you can follow, and you need the determination that you're going to do it. And we right here are so excited to be able to partner with you as we move down that path together. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode, and I encourage you, I empower you, and I educate you, helping you as we move through this path to success. Come on back, hang out with us, and we will see you as we move through the rest of the week as we do our check-ins. Once again, Dr. Dwain Woode, that's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. We educate, we empower, we encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are going to live long, healthy lives so we can make those connections with our family, with our friends, and all the spaces that we need to be. All right? Have a great one. We'll see you next time.